Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious people. These are people who are clear-eyed about the future. They don't have a clear vision necessarily, but they're clear-eyed. They're ready to confront whatever they have to confront to make it through the fog of bullshit that they literally have buried us in over decades. They've programmed us to expect what we expect, to think the way we think, to feel the way we feel. People who come to this tarot reading are trying to get beyond all of that. Many are accomplishing it. Many are successful. A lot of people are fighting. They're battling to get through this. But there are more and more people slowly coming to the idea that we have to do something different. You can't do the same thing the same way all the time and expect different outcomes, because that's the definition of insanity, right? Same thing, same way, different outcomes? Yeah. So they're understanding, as part of the transition, there's a lot of discomfort. There is emotional discomfort, spiritual discomfort, maybe even sometimes physical discomfort. It's difficult because you are leaving behind a structure, a foundation that wasn't meant for you to succeed. It was meant to tear you down, or at least control you. And to be able to even have the courage to try to peek beyond the curtain, you are to be commended. I am not a lollipops and rainbows kind of tarot reader. I don't throw a lot of cards at you. I look at tarot readers. I've done tarot, by the way, for over 20 years. I look at tarot readers who do 10, 20, 30, 40 cards, and I'm going, so what the hell are you doing? That's not a tarot reading. What you're doing is you're putting out so many cards. Number one, you're confusing the issue, confusing the energies. And number two, you're hoping that somebody will see something, hear something that they go, oh, this is so useful. It's bullshit. It's garbage. I've also done astrology, numerology for over 50 years. I'm an old guy. Cantankerous old fart. I'm guilty. But I'm interested in inspiring you and firing up your imagination. I want to engage the most powerful tool any human being has, and that's their ability to manifest. That's their imagination. Make the pictures in your head, not on some damn screen or phone or whatever the crap they throw at you. All that is garbage. It interferes with your ability to manifest. It interferes with your ability to create with yourself. That's the game plan. So if you're here, you are interested in making the journey. I suspect you've already started, and you're interested in continuing the journey to truth, whatever the hell that is. And it's mostly the same, but there's some slight variations along the way. But to get to something that is honest, to get to something that is transparent, to get to something that is positive. That's what you're doing when you check out this tarot reading, the Tao Manifested reading. By the way, I'm on the internet every day, brand new reading, every day, 365. Don't care about the holidays, I care about you. I don't have a lot of years left. Who knows how many I have? I mean, I'll be 75 in the summer, so, do the math. But there are people much younger than me, and those are the people who I'm concerned with. I don't care if you got 10 years on me, 20, 30, 40. Whatever time ahead you have, I want to give you the best that there is to give, and that's your manifesting ability. That's the one advantage we have, by the way, over robots. You know they're coming. I'm amazed at how hard everybody is pushing AI. Makes me so damn suspicious, I can't even believe it. Because I don't think AI is what they're selling us. They're telling us it's just think and be like a human and blah, 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 blah. I think there's a lot of data, and there are algorithms, and they compare and put the two together, hoping that somehow they'll come up with something. But isn't it interesting? For all the money that they want, for all the money that they've invested, for all the money that they've spent, for all the money that they've stolen from us, Chinese a couple of weeks ago come out and say, hey, we've done AI really cheap, maybe 10% of what you're looking for. It's just as good. That blew the doors off of Silicon Valley because they got their pants pulled down around their knees. Many of them like that look, by the way, but that's a different discussion for yet another day. The point of the matter is we've been lied to every step of the way. So I want you to fire up your imagination so you can manifest, so you can protect yourself. And in fact, in your way, help to save humanity. Remember, this is never, in the human experience, never an all or nothing proposition. You go back to the American Revolutionary War, everybody, if you think about it, go, oh man, people were out to leave Britain. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. 30%, 40% of the people want to stay with England. They were morons. It's just like the lefties today. I want to do the same thing. I want to do the same thing. We had about 35% who said, no, we gotta step out on our own. And there were a whole bunch of reasons, political reasons, social reasons, economic reasons. There was a whole bunch of reasons. And then you had that little group in the majority, in the middle there, they would swing with whoever was on their knees. Didn't make any difference. That's not changed. Same thing now. This is not a clear skate. This is not an easy skate. That's why we need you to manifest, to be the best that you can be, because you're a light for the person next to you, for the soul next to you. That's how we make for change. And frankly, I have given this new administration between now and July the 4th, 2026. That's about a year and a half from now. July 4, 2026. That's when the United States has its 250th anniversary. The planet Pluto was about in this same position 250 years ago when we started this whole thing. It's back to that spot. It's taken 250 years roughly to get back to that spot. And take a look at America. Tremendous change, tremendous pressure to change. Pluto's the planet of evolution. We have to evolve or devolve. That's the choice. And it's going to be quite a battle. You ain't seen nothing yet. But I don't know that they can fool us anymore. And especially here, if you're getting your tarot read, I don't think they can. What are they going to do? Create a thing where the aliens come? Maybe there are aliens, maybe there are not. Wouldn't surprise me if there are. I've thought for many decades that would be a likely possibility, so it wouldn't freak me out. Somebody pushing the button on atomic warfare, it wouldn't surprise me. There are a lot of assholes that just can't wait to self-destruct. Destroy our economy, destroy our civilization. Hell, we did this to the American Indians. Exactly what's happening to us now is what we did to the American Indians. We took their land from them. We beat them into the ground. Never, ever kept one treaty. Not one. We strung up our railroads. We strung up our telegraphs. Once we had the East Coast and West Coast linked together with telegraphs and railroads, then the bankers came in for the final close. The New York bankers, who were connected to the European bankers, who were, well, you know who they were connected to, the same people that are pulling the strings today. They wanted America and all its resources, and they didn't care who stood in the way. So the same thing, while you're bitching and moaning and pissing and all that stuff, saying, well, look, we did the same thing to the Indians. It was okay when that happened, if you weren't an Indian, huh? How about Rome? Back about 40 BC, Julius Caesar, coming back from a successful military battle, and he takes a look at Rome and he sees people out in the streets. They've lost their homes. The bankers have taken their homes, taken their jobs. They're poor in the streets by the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. And Julius Caesar says, we got to change the banking system. Ooh, that is the mortal sin. Because you mess with the bankers, they're going to kill you. And that's what they did. Remember? A couple years after he came in there, realized that he had to change things. He got stabbed in the back by 30, 32, whatever the hell it was, senators. They killed him. It was the bankers that arranged it. Jesus in the New Testament, who was the only group of people who he ran in and beat up, physically beat up. It was the bankers in the temple. Nothing's changed. The game is the same as it's always been. So you need to invest in yourself. You need to develop your manifesting ability. You need to mend your life. You need to reimagine your future. Here's the meme for today. Many of the superficial low-hanging fruit truths about big pharma, vaccines, financial system, the media, the government, corruption, Musk, Trump, RFK, all that stuff, they're going to throw the freedom community a bone. Hey, look, you got Musk, you got Trump, you got RFK, you got all these people. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Freedom community is going to tear through that bone. Inside the bone is the internet of bodies, the internet of things, and the digital technocratic infrastructure that is incredibly sophisticated. AI-driven systems of finance, government, medicine. All of it. Understandably cheering for the destruction of a tyrannical system while unwittingly helping to usher in a new tyrannical technocratic one is a mistake. And that may be what they're doing. I'm very concerned stuff coming out of Washington right now. Well, we weren't going to touch Medicare. Yeah, maybe we will. We were going to cut back on our ability to make war. We were going to try to reduce the budget. Now, maybe that won't happen. I got a funny feeling, friends. Revolution, how this country started, revolution by the masses, may not be far. If the current administration does not deliver, does not take care of the middle class and the poor, you ain't seen nothing yet. So this is a time to mend. It is a time to reimagine your future. Let's go all the way to the left. We got the Two of Swords. Twos always mean decision. Swords are thoughts, ideas, of belief. You got to decide. What can you reimagine? How can you reimagine your future? How can you mend your life? You got to make a decision. You're going to believe the bullshit. You're going to start thinking for yourself. It may mean the next card is the Four of Swords. It may mean you got to step back. Just observe. Just observe. That's what I'm doing right now. I want to see what the new administration is doing. How are you responding to the pressures? And the pressures are intense. Greed runs the world. Remember the expression, the love of money? It's the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, but the love of money. And we got tons of it. In fact, our whole system of living is predicated on worshiping money. And you see what you get. But you can do more. You can reimagine your future. That is the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles are values. You see the Knight here taking a look. What do they see? What do they conjure up? What do they manifest? How do they mend their life? How do they fix their life? They start with fixing themselves. And the way that you do that, Queen of Cups. I know when people see cups, a lot of tarot people go, oh, it's love, man, it's love. Yeah, it's love, but it's not necessarily romantic love. How about loving yourself? How about saying, I deserve a better world. I deserve a better place. You know what? Not only me, but everybody. We deserve a fair shake. Just be a little gentle. Don't rape us and then blame us for being raped, which is the way the system works right now. Reimagine your future. That's what you have. And be careful. You want to go from one tyrannical, technocratic system to another. You and I have a responsibility right now. The fact that you're here tells me that you're awake and you're aware. You're connected. You're seeing the big picture. What are you going to do with that knowledge? How about the very first thing is to mend your life? Mend what needs to be mended. Reimagine your future by manifesting what you're seeing. That single act will spark somebody else, and that'll spark somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. Because this is it. If we fail now, we may not see America's 250th anniversary. In fact, we could very likely see the end of humanity as we know it. And that's not hyperbolic, folks. Do a little digging. You'll see why. So your task, if you're resonating with this, is to reimagine your future. Manifest the best you, the best world you can. It's in your hands right now. Remember, America, by the people, for the people, of the people, you and me, the people. We got to do our part. That's a Tao Manifested reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another. Hope you're here with me. If not, between now and the next time you and I do get together to do tarot, peace and blessings.